Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock 2. As you can see behind me, I have set up a little bit of a thing. I recorded around 20 minutes of a video without realizing that OBS was stuck at a screen from, I presume, alt-tabbing or something from me switching applications. Something went weird and I just had the audio and a screen was just something from Stoneblock, something stuck basically. So let me just quickly explain what I did. We took carbon out away from here because we're not using carbon to make steel. We're using directly coal coke over there to make steel, which is a little bit of a waste of coal per se, but we have plenty of coal for us to not be worried about. And then we're taking redstone to turn compressed redstone, diamonds to the compressed diamonds, and then here we're taking refined obsidian dust and making that into compressed obsidian. The refined obsidian dust is made by pulverizing some obsidian with the basic enriching factory, actually enriching it. And then we take the pulverized obsidian with compressed diamond and we turn that into refined obsidian dust. So that is currently all making up until to 1,000, I think it's going to do. Then over here we take compressed redstone and iron to make basic and to make enriched alloy. And then here we make the reinforced alloy. And here we make atomic alloy, and each with the corresponding. This is the reinforced alloy and this is the enriched alloy. They just go up in tiers and with different materials next to them. So that is some of the basic machines or basic materials for mechanism covered. We still need the control circuits and possibly some other stuff. We could set up glowstone ingots and refined obsidian ingots as well if we wanted to. That is a thing that we can do. I also upgraded all of these machines to factories, to the basic ones. Which isn't that difficult. They're called tier installers. You have all up to ultimate tiers. I don't know if we have or if we can use ultimate tier installers. We'll see. But basically, they just each require the next tier of control circuit or the alloy as well. So we need to set up a couple recipes, but we need to set up a machine that's going to take compressed redstone and osmium and turn that into a basic control circuit in a metallurgic infuser. And since we're kind of using infusing factories, even though I already built the road here, it's not going to be too difficult for me to add another one that is going to just make the circuits, because that's the only circuit that requires a metallurgic infuser to be made. And you can hear me losing my voice. Give me a moment. I really don't know what it is, but sometimes in the mornings I just lose my voice a little bit. That's alright. So we're just gonna add another metallurgic infuser, I think, over here, because then we can actually just add, since we have 3 of these inventory scanners on the drawer controller from the Phantom Faces, we can just set up, whatchamacallit, we can set up another one over here that's going to go all the way over there, which is fine. Or we can just change this one that goes for the atomic alloy to go to the other spot or something. So I'm going to add that metallurgic infuser here in a moment. I think we have enough of all of the... yeah, we have plenty. It ran overnight. We have plenty of palladium to increase our machinery to probably both the tier 4. Yeah, I think that is entirely possible. So I'll just upgrade the blocks in between the cuts here, because you've seen me upgrade this and it doesn't need to be done on camera. So I'm just going to upgrade both. I'm going to probably start looking into where we want to permanently set these guys up. And the reactor is doing amazingly, by the way. Everything here is running off of the reactor. You can see we don't have any MV wire anywhere, and I kind of want to remove MV wire. I already did it over here. We have, if I take my Yeta wrench, we have energy conduit going over here, and then we have just a flux point right there providing us power. So that is really cool. And essentially, I want to have the reactor output a bunch more power than we can currently. We can put a, I think it's a cryo-stabilized flux duct. We can put one of those probably. Actually, I don't think we have to, because we just need to send the redstone signal here. I keep losing my voice. I don't know why. We need just a bigger capacitor bank, but for that we're going to need a lot of alloys as well. So first things first, let me set up the metallurgic infuser and then upgrade those, and then we can see what we can do next. This is the area that I came up with. We have a different colored glass, which I think is really nice for each of the types of the controllers. I took inspiration from the inside colors. So we have cyan stained here. We could go for light blue. I think that might be a bit better. Over here we have dark. We could go for, I think, a gray as well, now that I think about it. And this lime, I think, is just the best for this. So here I might go with possibly dark gray. And here we can go for some light blue. I think that should be pretty cool. I have just a huge area dug out here. I used my courtesy of destruction tool, which is really nice to dig out large chunks of land. And it makes it not an issue at all. It takes very, very little time, which is really cool. So here is the area that we are going to use in the future for upgrading more of these. And I think we should have enough space in between each of these. We have, I think, currently 5 blocks in between each. And I didn't even have this guy set up before. This is the Void Botanic Miner, which will actually just remove the purpose of us needing any sort of phytogenic insulator, maybe even garden cloches. I don't know exactly what the Botanical Miner gets. If we look at the tier 6, it gets all the wood types, all the saplings, all the leaves, the flowers, which is basically going to be a lot of the dyes. It gets carrots, potatoes, beetroots, all of the vanilla stuff, sugarcane, chorus. Yeah, it kind of removes the purpose of needing any sort of... It gets even Botania flowers. Nice. Yeah, that's gonna sort out a lot of our issues of not having dyes and all that. And this basically becomes useless, kind of. So we might repurpose this for something else. Even though I really like how it looks. Maybe, you know what? I'll leave it as is. And what we can do is set up an ender chest over here to this drawer controller, and we can just upgrade all of these drawers to be... they're all upgraded anyway, and we can just export everything that we get from there into here as well, so it's just gonna clear out some stuff. So I'm not gonna set up the ender chests just yet. I wanna kind of move the drawers around a little bit because they're kind of a nuisance being here, and I wanna get everything nice and organized in the drawers as well, so it looks really nice. The ores I think I will put into a different spot, possibly somewhere just down here for the moment, because those are gonna get processed anyway. And all of the crystals can be probably over here by the blocky bits that we get from the Botanic Miner, because those aren't really in need of processing, so that I think should be fine. So what I'll do is I'll move the drawers in kind of like this area and maybe this area. We'll see how many we need to fill up, because the ores generally take the most space, I think, because I have each one of them in a single drawer. I could have put them in the 2x2 drawers, and that would have been probably better. The flux crystals we can extract directly over into that drawer controller over there by the sieves, because we don't need to really use those. We could possibly just trash can them, I guess, but you know, it's all good. So I think I want to go set up a mob farm before I do anything else, because a giant chunk of these drawers are from a mob farm. So that'll be really nice to get it out of the way and have it set up. And I think I want to just go for a basic cursed earth farm for the moment. We are going to probably need a specific farm for wither skeletons, so we can get wither skeleton skulls, but we can set that up kind of similarly in a way. So what I think I will do is possibly this area, now that it's nice and cleaned up. We have quite a big of a space. Let me grab my measure tape, or tape measure even, and we can just measure this out. I think it's 17 if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's plenty. We can get a 15 by 15 spawner here. That I think will be pretty cool. And then we can, do we want to make it smaller? No, I think 15 by 15 will be just fine. We can put, or maybe we go slightly smaller because we put scaffolding and then let's say a layer of one of the sheet metals around. We can probably use something darker like lead or something. That might be cool. So I'm going to set up a 15 by 15 cursed earth mob farm. We're going to use the mob crusher and we're just going to funnel everything to the middle. And that I think should be fine. We need some sort of way to prevent Enderman teleportation. And there is the there's the no teleportation environmental module from RF Tools. There's also the Ender inhibitor, which inhibits teleportation for entities up to 8 blocks away, can be attached on any side of solid blocks. Right click to activate, deactivate. I think that will be just better than the one from the Ender Tether, because that affects all teleportation, even this. this counts as an Enderman teleportation. So that will cause us problems. If we teleport here, it's gonna just zerp us into the middle of the farm and then we might get crushed. So let me get that up and we'll be back. So you know how we placed all of those feral flare lanterns everywhere? I went ahead and removed all of them, and we now have chiseled glowstone. I mean chiseled basalt with glowstone, which looks kind of like this over here. There's just one plane of glowstone in there, and it acts as a glowstone lamp, kind of. So we have them all over the place. We have some painted glowstone in some corners around the place as well. Over here, for example, there's some painted glowstone. Those are the facades in the middle. And I just decided to do that because of the mob farm. Because I knew going in this from the beginning, and I should have just stuck with painted glowstone basalt that I had in the beginning and not used feral flare lanterns, because those, even though you can set them to line of sight enabled, it would just have to be weirdly placed, or they would have to be weirdly placed or in and around the base. And since I don't have very specific corners, I guess, I don't have, let's say, I don't know, an 11 by 11 square and then pathways all around, and then all of those pathways line up with other pathways, basically meaning that we have a pathway here and this doesn't line necessarily with here. And I would love to have feral flare lanterns if I could, like on the corners or on the middles of pathways, but then you would get areas where you would have this, and I don't think that just looks that good. So I just decided against it. It looks fine with the chiseled rocks, basalt, and I think it should be fine. It shouldn't cause that much lag. It's just lighting. It isn't using chisel bits for everything in the base, pretty much. And I had in Fullcraft a base that was basically made out of chisel and bits, and I didn't have that many issues. So that is pretty cool. The mob farm here is, at least the building portion, I believe, is done. We need to add the, should really be using the building gadget for this because it makes it easier. We need to add the crusher in the middle, and then the item collection, the drawers and all that. And I think I just want to keep the drawers underneath. I don't want to have them really visible anywhere. I think that will be perfectly fine. So let's put them like this. And we're going to have kind of this a similar room that we had previously down below. I'm probably going to put it... I mean, we could have another area on the side where we just sort out the items. That might be a thing that we can do. And then just have a drawer controller over there. That I don't think is a bad idea, actually. I mean, we could have the drawers in this area, because I don't really know what I want to do with this area. So we might just move them over here and have a wall of compacting drawers for all the different things, and a wall of regular, like 2x2 drawers or something for all of the other different things. That might be a cool idea, I think. I have a little bit of the drawers here in place. We have all of the materials that we're getting from our void ore miner and our void resource miner that aren't ores, pretty much. I decided to just put, we actually need we have cobblestone, right? I thought I needed cobblestone in here, but I don't know if we're ever gonna need compressed cobblestone in this playthrough, because if we don't, we can just put cobblestone into a regular drawer right over there. And clay is nice to keep in a compacting drawer to have the compacted variant. One thing that we're also getting, you know what we can do? Yeah, we don't need like millions upon millions of cobblestone. We're gonna put you there, and then we're gonna set up a little bit of a thing over here. We're gonna do like this, and then like that. I'm gonna show you how you can instantly transfer like 2 million items, or at least semi-instantly. So we're gonna go like this. We have all of the upgrades in there, so that's fine. So let's get my transfer pipe, which is right there, and we're gonna give it some speed upgrades and some of those upgrades. We also need to set up the filter, so we need to put it with regular cobblestone, and we're gonna toss that in here, then take the double away. So that should start transferring the cobblestone very, very slowly, or semi-slowly, but if we do this, you can see the cobblestone will start to disappear quite quickly. There's 2.5 million, so it's gonna take a little bit, possibly 2 of these sets, but at least it is gonna clear it out and store it up. I mean, to be honest, the drawer is full. We can just remove this, and then we can take our packing tape. I'm gonna do that. And then we're gonna just delete that drawer because we don't need it anymore. We have full cobblestone in here, so we should be fine. I kind of accidentally voided a little bit of stone, but I think we're gonna get stone as we do this here. So one thing that we can do is take the glowstone here, and we're gonna put you right here. And that should cover pretty much everything. And I think that is pretty cool. I could even probably store clay in a regular drawer, but since it's compacting, I think it's nice. And everything else we are either not producing just yet, or is from the mob farm, or is from these miners. And currently the just regular conduit is keeping up with how many items we're getting, so that's really neat. And I think the next order of business is to set up the mob farm, wherever that is, over here. So let me put in some cursed earth. I'm gonna also put some lamps up here in the ceiling so we can turn the farm on and off, and then set up the mob crusher and the ability for the mobs to move towards the center, which I think I will use mob fence. I still need to get feathers, which would require chickens or ground traps or parrots apparently, or chickens. I don't have any eggs, do I? No. What would be the easiest way to get I mean, I can use chicken essence to get chickens, but I would need quite a bit of feathers for that. How do we want to do this? Because the ground trap is going to take forever. We could just make a regular chicken, but I said I'm not going to do chickens, so I can't do chickens. How do we do this? How do we get feathers without mystical agriculture or chickens? I mean, a chicken spawner would be a thing, but I don't think we can get to a spawner just yet. That might be a bit of a difficulty. The mob farm is pretty much complete. I have the mob masher in here. I made all of the different upgrades that I can, except for the upgrade for fire aspect, because that I think messes around with Enderman. I don't know if if I have the teleportation prevention device, which I still need to make. Let's do teleport. I think it was this, Ender inhibitor. Inhibits Enderman teleportation for up to 8 blocks away. Can be attached on any side of solid blocks. What if we put a U here? How does that look? And then you can turn it on and off. Okay, let's put it underground. It does 8 blocks away, so it only needs to work over here, and I think it went in here. Yep. Okay, so I'll put you right here, turn you on, and I might make the fire aspect upgrades in a bit and put them in as well and see if that makes it better. But what we have is control for the lamps, so mobs can start spawning, and then we have control for the fans, and the mobs can then die. We also need to add one of those dislocator protector thingies, because I am gonna be running around here with my magnet, and I don't want to be picking up all the things. So let me just toss a little bit of this away. One thing that I did over here is we're gonna make a little bit of a smaller kind of drawer setup here. And we can have all of our mob farm drawers as well in here. I kind of have the cable running through the middle here. We're gonna run it down the bottom. But I need to get around and move all of the drawers in here. I have everything in the dark oak drawer, but I think we wanna just use regular drawers. It doesn't really matter what kind they are. I could be making the ones from, what are they called? Frame drawers. Those are the ones that I could be using, and use any sort of block to make it blend a bit better. But I don't think I'm gonna be bothered that much to do that. So I think it's all right. So let me move everything, and hopefully we're gonna have a little bit of a cleaner drawer setup down here. I might move this ender chest and the ore drawers just somewhere, like possibly underneath here, just so I can have them a little bit out of the way, and we can make another pathway going through here. And I think I made it correctly here. Yeah, I think it's fine. All right, most of the drawers are moved. I am currently slowly going insane with moving all the items. My brain is overloaded with everything that it needs to be moved, because I still need to move all of this, which we are also going to get from the botanical miner. Not everything, but most of this stuff we are going to get. The petals, I don't think we need to store in drawers anymore, so we can just get rid of those for the moment, because we can store those in our ME system directly. And I'm getting text message, and I said I should mute my microphone. Not microphone, my phone. So let's do this. and put the storage bus back here, back here, back here. And that should mean that I can just move you up to here and you up to here and then get rid of all of these trim over here. That is fine. The drawer controllers are still active. One is in here in the middle. Did you empty out? You did. Wonderful. So we can grab that. We have somewhere, we can put some speed upgrades in this one, even though it doesn't need it just yet. But everything is now hooked up and running. The only thing that isn't running is the botanical miner because I don't have an ender chest set for this yet. And I'm gonna have a different ender chest for each one of these, I think, just to have a little bit of less stress here on the conduits. And we can put controller slaves on, let's say, 4 of the corners or something on each of the corners. Yeah, here we can put controller slaves and just import directly on the top from ender chests. So we don't import directly into the drawer controller. And we have 4 conduits that are split with receiving items. And that should do a little bit of a less of a strain on our base. So what if we do this? Oops. And not get inside and break the entire thing. Okay. You're doing your thing. Are you fast enough? We need, hello. We need that dislocator. Dislocator. Can I make one of these? If I get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And then we just put them through this guy. In the meantime, I will clean up my inventory slightly because I picked up all of the random junk. Okay, and then we can turn that into a dislocator, and the dislocator can turn into an item dislocator, and that can then turn into a dislocation normalization field projector, which does a 5 by prevents items dropped within 5 blocks from being collected by item dislocators. We might need 4 of these. What if we set a stack of draconium to go in here to get processed, just so we can get a little bit more of it. So I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna put 4, I think, in there. So we need a total of 1, 2, and 3 more, and then we can grab the draconium here. I don't think I need that much more draconium, but let's take a stack. This is for alloys, this is for smelting. Just do your thing, and let's see if we can make more of these. 1, 2, 3, and then just a couple more of these. That will be lovely. Okay, let's go to the mob farm, and we're just gonna turn this off for the moment. I'm gonna turn off the lamps first of all, just so everything dies. And as you can see, we're not picking or at least extracting items out of this fast enough. So we might need to change this a tiny bit. So we're gonna come, oh, hello spider. No, please don't. I need to go over here, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 from the diagonal and place it here. 1, 2, 3 here. It does a 5 by 5, so that would be prevents item within 5 block from being collected by item dislocators. So if I want to conduct a test, let's just do this here. So we go here. I'm gonna grab some items that I have. So nope, 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 nope. Yeah, there we go. 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total out of the middle. So that should cover possibly the middle part as well. We can probably just do. We would need 1 more. What if we put 1 like right underneath this ender chest? I mean, we can put the ender chest somewhere over. We can take, let's say this. I'm gonna put you right here. Whoops, I said underneath. There we go. We're gonna put another 1, 1, 2, 3 here, and then grab another dislocator, which we can't make because of the thing. I'll make it off camera, and blow up this hole. Put the ender chest back here. We need an extract always active on this guy. We can fill that in then, and then grab a conduit, put it up here. Say extract always active with some speed upgrades. and then an insert always active over here. Wonderful. So we are transferring the XP out of the thing, so that is really nice. The XP needs to go to probably just somewhere here. We can put this guy down and go underneath here, and we're just gonna place a conduit here, and then we're gonna place you and say extract always active, insert, and that's gonna store a lot of our experiences, which is gonna be lovely. Wonderful. So that is sorted. Let's see about doing this again. And see if we keep up with the items. I'm gonna go underneath and it's gonna pull me towards the center, but we're at least gonna see if we... Can I even move past it? I can just teleport to the side. And now it's gonna put me here. Okay, can I look in here now? Yeah, that's an issue. So we're not picking items up fast enough through this guy. So we might need a different sort of transportation for the items. I don't know if the servo, if the resonant servo with an super fast item duct might be better. So I might try that. So let's go just like this. Wait for everything to die. There we go. And then we should be able to... We're gonna move this ender tank, I think. Just gonna move it to another side, and let's see if we do that. Set this guide to not show area, but to be that's west, so that's gonna be either south or north. South is gonna be item. We're even gonna put a servo just because we need to extract as fast as we possibly can. And then an ender chest, which probably is on the floor here. There we go. We don't need a super fast extract for this guy because we're not gonna be getting that many items that need to go into the trash can anyway. So that should be good, and we can then just set this guy. Let's do this. Put you down. Hello. Okay, you're not being picked up. Okay, put you here. I think it's gonna be fine if we just push the liquids on the down. I think that might be enough. Might not be, we'll see. So if we go down here, take you, and let's see. Is that gonna keep up? Let's go down here, go in from the side, and it's gonna pull us forward. Yeah, I think it is keeping up, actually. Yeah, it is. Okay. And we are starting to back stuff over here because we're not extracting fast enough. So we might need a... Whoops. Glad I didn't explode. So we might need to go over here where we have our black ender chest. We're going to get a servo and another duct and then a slave, if I can make one. There we go. We're going to put you right here in the corner as I said I was going to do. So we're going to do this. Servo on the top. And then we can just moving wand you over to here. And then we say extract is active. That should extract everything with a blacklist, I think. At least I hope. The only problem with the servo is as soon as it's getting more items, do we have translocators? We do have translocators though. And I think there is a mod that that allows you to have there's like lag friendly translocators, because these I think cause quite a bit of lag, but at least because they move items incredibly quickly. We need an epic loot crate as well in here, I believe. There we go. And a legendary one. Bam. All right. I'm gonna need to be wary of this and see. Yeah, we are gonna have to extract carrots and potatoes in a different spot, iron in a different spot, stuff like that is gonna need to, and glowstone and redstone. I think glowstone is gonna go in here, but redstone won't. So I'll deal with that in between episodes, and that should be pretty nice.